More adults are finding themselves caught in the middle, raising children while also caring for aging parents. A recent Care.com report found many are taking on this role earlier than expected. In fact, the average sandwich caregiver is now just 34 years old. Most say the responsibility arrived sooner than anticipated, leaving many unprepared for the financial and emotional strain. So Stephen Connors with Connors Wealth Management joins us now to talk about how families can really prepare. This is so difficult, and I see it all the time. It's happening in so many of our circles. Where do you even begin?
Well, at first it's the reality of the situation. So where you begin is you're dealing with a situation that may have been unexpected 10, 20 years prior. So what you want to do is, first of all, you're going to have to spend 20 plus years. It's like a second job.
Right.
So you're going to have to cut your hours at your main employer.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Your salary goes down. Any promotions that you may have had may not be rewarded at that point. And so your opportunities are diminished at work because you're having to spend roughly 20 hours at home caring for this loved one, this elderly parent, let's say, or relative. And so that's one of the problems. And so it's really an income hit. It's an expenditure hit.
Right. I mean, it's like having to pay a second mortgage, basically,
It is, yeah.
In many ways because of the toll that it can bring. And then you have all these out-of-pocket costs that can creep up on you that you didn't think that you had before.
Well, out-of-pocket costs, like what if you have to modify the bathrooms?
Right.
Toileting, bathing, the shower head, things like that, the steps to get upstairs. If you're in a two-story house, you may have to have something that escalates an elderly loved one. So these are costs that you're gonna have to foot the bill.
Right.
And you're gonna have to pay for it. And it cuts into expenses. And as a financial professional, I think about retirement.
Yeah.
And these are people, if you take the 34-year-old age bracket, right? Give or take 5 years in both directions. These are the high earning years.
Right.
And your
The
401k
prime years,
or other retirement plans, you put that on pause. Normally it goes to the back burner when things like this come up. But you're putting during the highest earning years, and when the compounding, you have 30 years, let's call it, in front of you, that you're going to allow your money to grow tax deferred. It comes out pre-tax, so the benefits are remarkable. Many companies here in the Valley have matching anywhere from 3, 4, 5% of a match. And it's nice to be able to take advantage of that, but you can't always do that.
And that's really the question here. How do you balance that? How are you able to save for your retirement, but also you are having to spend on costs that, obviously no one expects this, but, between caring for your parent and caring for your children too, what are some things that people can do now?
Another job, a remote job. So there are, due to the pandemic, there are remote jobs that will always be available now. More of us are using Zoom and other, telecommunications with video, right? Where we can communicate with customers and what have you. So that's one idea. There's always the temporary type of jobs where it's the Ubers or the Lyfts or the DoorDash.
We saw that during COVID a lot too.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, but they can start and stop their work hours. So the gig economy is alive and well. So they can have it so that they can work when they can work. Maybe that could help, put some of the financial strain on the sandwich caregivers when they have young kids and they're caring for the elderly at the same time. Someone that they love, as far as that goes.
A little extra stash for you.
Yeah.
Anything else that you would advise?
Try to keep your retirement plan. I know that the inclination is to put it on the back burner, and you may be going through expenses because all of a sudden you're footing the bill. If you can keep and continue that steady pace of putting money each month, each pay period, even if you're working less hours, try to maintain your retirement plans, because
even if it's just a little, it may not be as much as you want, but just anything, right? Just a little percentage.
Exactly.
All right.
Yes, it adds up.
Yes. Stephen, thank you so much for your time and
welcome.
insight. All right.